You're listening to From the Dungeon Podcast with Dee Rotten. And welcome to From the Dungeon Podcast. I'm your host, Dee Rotten. This is episode 164. Uno seis cuatro. Motherfucker, we're in the house today, and we got one fucking, I don't know if you can say one half, one quarter. I'm not good at math. We got one of the hosts from fucking Lucky 13 Saloon Podcast, Jamal. What's going on, bro?
That was a hell of an intro, man. That was a hell of an intro. We got to get one of those.
I don't know. I don't know. For here, I mean, for the Lucky 13, I like to take the back seat and I let the chief run the fucking ship. You know? I like to be a seaman.
A seaman, huh?
A seaman in the sea of Lucky 13 Saloon. So what's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
And shit, I would say that it's been a long week and it's only like Wednesday.
Oh, we got a fan. We got Sienna saying what's up. What's up, Sienna?
What's up, Sienna?
So the last time I talked to you, you were getting ready for a fucking like a night of hell.
Yeah, you know what? That was
or heaven, however you want to put it.
Yeah, that was the night after the Slipknot show, where it wasn't as busy as we anticipated it to be, but it was still pretty cool. A lot of people came out. Took Frankie on a field trip out to Barclays.
How was that? How was that with Frankie over there?
It was fun. It was fun. He was giving flyers to kids. He wanted to give it to like babies and strolls because he really wanted them to come to the bar and drink. You know how Frankie is. Did they think that he was like the fucking 10th member of Slipknot or something? So how he did it is, I was wearing the hat, my famous hat, and I happened to be wearing sunglasses. Mm-hmm. And then I'm holding the umbrella for Frankie, and he got on this fucking bunny costume. They're like, wow, who's this guy walking around in the costume? And this guy's holding the umbrella for him. So we kind of just made it work with that.
Oh, shit, man. Well, I mean, fucking that right there, bro, holding an umbrella for somebody who's handing out something's going down. And they got to see what's going down.
They just wanted to know who this crazy guy was.
So how many? So what happened on that night, man? Anything crazy? Fucking any delinquents come towards the show?
Not really. It seemed like a regular Friday night. It's just when the Slipknot crew, like as in like the people after the show, when they came out, you could definitely tell that they just came from the show. And I already had a playlist set up for that. And it kicked in like right on time, and like people just going more crazy because I didn't just put a bunch of Slipknot songs on the playlist. Yeah. I put a lot of the bangers that only the real fans know about. So like the shit that they don't play all the time, the shit that you don't hear all the time, and it was really good. It kept people really hyped.
Oh, that's pretty fucking good, man. I mean, as long as you had fun and the night went smooth,
Yeah, my socks got soaked from walking in that rain.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, the weather was not on your side that night.
Yeah, so I had to wear a pair of socks that one of the dancers brought in. So I'm wearing like some like lace long socks. I had to do what I had to do, man.
Yeah, you went goth, bro. You went goth, man.
Yeah, beats wet socks.
True that, bro. True that, man. Fuck it. I mean, well, now you know, man. Just keep an extra pair of socks right there under the bar. Jamal's fucking just in case it rains socks.
Yeah, now I keep them in the car. I keep most things in the car, but I'm gonna have a bike real soon, so I'm not gonna be stuffing pairs of socks.
Are you getting like a fucking bicycle or a motorcycle?
Not a fucking bicycle.
You keep saying a bike, and I'm like, what's he getting, a bicycle? Like, what the fuck what's he going to get, bro? A mongoose?
Because who says motorcycle? That's a lot of syllables to say, man.
Bro, I'm 45 fucking years old, bro. I say motorcycle. A bike is a bicycle to me, man.
The bike. Yeah, I was supposed to pick it up today, and the guy that I'm getting it from, he was just coming off a red eye last night. He's like, I really don't have the time to get things together today. He said, so hopefully by Friday, It'll be a thing.
So what are you getting? A crotch rocket, or are you getting like one of those Jeff kind of bikes?
I'm getting a Harley Davidson 48.
Fuck, dude, you're in the club.
It's like my dream. It's actually one of the guys from the club that I'm getting it from.
You're in the club now, man. That's it. Once you get one of those, you're in the club, man. Fuck, you didn't pick American Indian, or no, you went Harley. You straight up.
Nah, it's my dream bike. Like one of the vocalists that I used to really idolize rode one of those. And I figured at some point in my life I would get this bike. But when it became available, I was like, oh, man, I really got to get this bike. And he really wanted me to have it too. You
got your motorcycle license and everything, right?
Yeah, I got that like a couple of years back.
You're not fucking scared, bro? Like to me, I'm like, yo, it's like being in a death trap. That's the way I look at it, man. I'm like, if you're going down, you're going down, dude. Like, there's nothing there to fucking hold you, bro.
Man, you can say the same thing about driving a car, and I've been driving a long time.
Yeah, but
the key at least to driving is to drive well, not to just like, well, if you hit something, don't die. It's like, the goal is to not hit anything.
I guess I'm scared of speed. I don't like speed. I don't like the drug or the fucking, when you go fast in the car. I don't like either one.
Well, I always say I don't drive fast. I drive well.
There we go. I drive like a grandma. That's the way I put it, bro.
Yeah.
So let's get into this, bro. It's the first time you're on Front of the Dungeon podcast. Where you from, bro? Where you from? Where did you grow up? Let us get the 411 on this 911 situation.
I grew up in Bed-Stuy, but I lived in Brooklyn my entire life. I grew up in the rough streets of Bed-Stuy in the 90s.
Chris Rock territory.
Yeah, I actually grew up on that block, Chauncey Street.
That's insane, dude. That's insane.
Yeah,
so like, did you go to that corner store, or is that just like fictional?
Nah, a lot of the shit. So remember that show? What is it? Everybody Hates Chris.
Fucking love that show, bro.
When that shit came out, there's just so much realistic shit was on that. I was just like, man, this fucking show is crazy. But it's a lot of it is not exaggerated. Like I remember that part, the little dude from across the street, let me hold $1.
No,
I remember that distinctly because that's how you first start getting robbed, when some crackhead asks you for $1 every single day. And it's like, oh, you got another $1? And what about your other pocket? You got one in your other pocket? Well, what if you got a watch? Let me see the watch. And then you just then you realize
you were the little dude across the street
all the time.
Fuck, man. I can't believe that's true. To me, I'm like, I don't know whether to laugh or like, I'm like, yo, man, that's like little dude across the street. Let me hold $1. Let me, like you're just saying, like, yo, like, because I remember, they've done that. They did it when I was in grammar school too. You have the tough high school kids come by and shit, and they be like, "Oh, let me see your Walkman," and then you never fucking get it back. But they're like, "No, I'm good. I'm gonna go over here." Gone.
Yeah, that's just how it was. And if you weren't down, then you were more than likely getting jumped and shit every day. Because like the block that I grew up on, like people always say, "Oh, the hood was bad." It's like my block was the worst. The police didn't even want to come on my block.
Well, that's where fucking Biggie's from too, right?
Yeah. It was really rough. Like the shit that I saw growing up, it was like out of this world. I saw this dude get hit by a car, reversed over. No, he got shot. Then they ran him over, and then they reversed over him, and he still wasn't dead.
What the fuck did he do to them, bro?
See, the problem, like my dad used to be like really in the streets when he was younger. So like everybody kind of knew my dad and everybody knew us by association. So like anytime somebody got killed in the street, I knew that's black that got shot. That was with. I'm like, okay, I don't know any of these people, but I know their names apparently.
Shit.
Yeah.
Man, I thought I grew up in the fucking hood, man. Oh my god, man.
Yeah, it was nuts. Like everything was hood. Like I went to like this daycare. I used to get fucking bullied, man. I used to get bullied every fucking day.
In daycare.
Not daycare, elementary school, everywhere I went. And that makes for
I feel bad. I wanted to make a joke and just say, "What did they say? Let me hold your milk."
Nah, they just take it from you.
Fuck, man.
It was fucked up. It was fucked up. I saw this kid's brains explode. Like I actually saw that a couple of times growing up. Now that I think about it,
bro, you sound like you're describing like you sound like you're describing like you grew up in Colombia. Like that's not
Yeah,
like
I
my
saw
friend
some
from
shit.
Colombia talks about, like how he grew up and shit. Like, yeah, we just walk past dead bodies every day going to school. It's normal.
Yeah, it was kind of like that, you know. Like this fucking, they had like this big tire swing in the park, and I don't know, kids used to like play with it like too hard, and like he just like went up really high and just came down, and like his head just exploded when he hit the ground. He was very dead, very dead.
God damn.
Yeah, crazy shit.
Oh, we got here. Sienna said, I got bullied because I was different. I even got taken advantage of. People took advantage of me. People took advantage of my disability a lot.
Let me tell you a thing about that. People are going to take advantage whether you have a disability or not. People are always going to fucking bully you. If you're different, then fucking be different. I am I'm into fucking metal, and I'm from the hood. Like towards the end of high school, I got looked at so many different ways, and I literally walked around saying, fuck you, I don't care. And even nowadays, like, you still get judged because you're different. You might not hear all the judges, you might not see them, but they're judging. Let them fucking judge you.
So you growing up in Bed-Stuy. Shit's fucking shit is, so the stories are fucking real. I'm not fucking from Chris Rock to Biggie Smalls, from fucking, you know, anybody I heard stories from. Bed-Stuy, do or die, right? Do or die Bed-Stuy.
Yeah, I hate that even when people ask me where I'm from, that comes out automatically, even though that's not my life anymore. Because if that's where you're from, because I saw this dude, I was doing security in Greenpoint like sometime last year, and this white guy came in with this shirt that said do or die on it. I was like, dude, do you know what the fuck that means? He was like, oh, no, I just bought it at like this thrift store. And I explained to him what it meant, and he took the shirt off. He was like, I had no idea. I was like, I know you didn't, man. But like where I'm from, do or die literally means, like I said, it's either you're down or you're not. It's like, I remember when I first started getting in trouble, I was walking home from school one day, and this dude outside, there were regular trap houses on the block, by the way. Regular trap houses. This dude's like, hey, little dude, you bored? And you say, yeah. And then that's how you change your life. Because they'll give you something to do. And if you weren't, it was like, no, I'm not bored. Like, cool. Like, you're going to get robbed or you're going to get shot because you're not down. That's what do or die means.
Holy shit, man.
He's wearing a fucking shirt. Yeah, man, it's do or die. It's exactly what it sounds like. Like, I used to get chased home from school every single day. I used to run home from the train station. On the first day of school in 7th grade, man, I got jumped so bad I had to go to the hospital.
7th grade?
Actually, like 7th grade. Like, this is some mind-blowing shit because I was in like top classes from 1st grade, 2nd grade, all the way up to 7th grade. I was on like the 2nd to top class. And I got jumped on the first day of school by these dudes that went to the school that were way too old to be in middle school. And these motherfuckers put me in the hospital. And 8th grade, I was in the bottom class. My parents didn't notice anything wrong with that because I was afraid every fucking day after that. Every fucking day. I never even walked down that block again.
God damn, bro. Well, there's fucking assholes everywhere, man. They're fucking everywhere.
Tough times. I can't tell if these headphones are about to go out or not. I hear you out of one headphone now. I don't know what happened.
Man, you got one of those little chargy things, bro. Pop them in that motherfucker, man.
Yeah, I got some wired ones just in case.
Hey, what the fuck? You got them ready and shit. So what is that? A bass I see in the back?
That one, yeah. Like I would show you all my guitars, but the other side of this camera ain't all clean. But yeah, that's a check the bass you probably see over here.
Yeah, I see the one on your left-hand side.
Yeah. Yeah, on the opposite side is where I have like a wall where I have all my other guitars at. And if you could see, like I have my amps here.
So what made you choose 5-string?
Because I like to play low. But there's definitely like tones that I've heard, like, because I listen to a lot of different types of metal. So some of them have fucking fretless basses, some of them have the 4 strings, and then some of them tune up, some of them tune down. But I really like a really, really low sound. And like if you have like a 7-string guitar or a 5-string bass, you can still do those high up things, but you have that option of going really low and doing something different with it.
All right, let's get into this, man. All right. So now you get out of grammar school, you get into high school, right?
Mhm.
When did you fucking transform into the metal god?
This gotta be 10th grade. I hate that I know I still remember the day and time and what I was listening to.
Of the like
Uh,
your whole mind
yeah.
flip?
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely first period. I think I told you this on the Lucky 13 podcast.
Well,
It's
you
like,
told me,
I went
but
to
got a whole new audience right here, bro. We gotta
yeah.
retell what I already know, but I play dumb on the show.
So I went to Prospect Heights High School, still a relatively like dangerous neighborhood at the time. So we had like metal detectors. You couldn't bring phones. You couldn't bring like music players, MP3s. Of any young people, MP3 players where we used to have music.
Yeah.
But you couldn't bring none of that shit in the school. And I used to sneak my shit in every day. I was listening to like gangster rap music.
I still
you still got the
bro. I love, dude. I'm so mad that they discontinued the iPod.
Man, I still
I'm
got
so
my
pissed.
Zune.
I love that shit.
But yeah, so you couldn't bring none of that in the school. We used to sneak it in every day. I'm listening
Well,
to
why
like
wouldn't they let you? Why wouldn't they let you bring it to school? What was wrong with it?
There's a lot of, I guess it promotes violence because if you have something that somebody else doesn't, they want it from you.
Dude, they used to do that back in the day when I was growing up with sneakers and clothes.
Huh. Well, yeah, they used to fucking, you couldn't even wear Jordans and shit for that same reason.
Shit.
But yeah, one day my shit got caught. I couldn't sneak it in the way that I normally do, and I was pissed. Like, fuck, I don't have no music because I really needed music to just get through day to day because I was really having a really fucked up home life, and then doing my best in school. And my friend got his MP3 player in, and we listened to relatively like the same music, but he also wore like American Eagle and wore trucker hats. So he listened to some kind of different music. I was like, oh, let me just borrow your MP3 for like one period. I'm sure he got some like rap on here. Cool. He gives it to me. I'm like Alice in Chains. I'm like, what the fuck is this, Queen? What is this music that I'm listening to? That has some Mudvayne. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So the next period comes. He wants his MP3 back. I'm like, yo, let me hold on to this for one more period.
You were about to do the little dude to him, bro. Yo, let me.
I was like, what the fuck am I listening to? Then the next period starts. I sit down. I put the headphones in. Wait and Bleed comes on. I felt the air rise up in me. Looked down. I was like, this is it. Whatever the fuck I'm feeling. Like that was like one of the angriest songs I've ever heard in my fucking life. And
Wait
at the
and
time,
Bleed?
you're dealing with Wait and Bleed. Oof. Man, and I was dealing with like high school heartbreak and shit, and I needed something to feel exactly how I felt or to sound exactly how I felt, and that was fucking it. After that, I heard some God Forbid. I heard some more Mudvayne and some like heavy shit, and I said, "All right, put all your music on my computer," and the rest is history. And I've done that to like 3 people since.
Sienna said she went through the same thing, bro. Music fucking helps her get out of the fire, basically.
Listen, I have songs from like video games that I listen to when the times are really, really tough that they still have the same effect that they always have.
So when you first, this is gonna sound weird, and I'm probably not gonna get the answer I'm expecting.
I like weird,
but when you got turned on to metal, right? What was the first metal album you bought?
First metal album I bought?
Oh, rock album, metal, whatever. When you flipped the script.
See, the thing about that is that we had LimeWire back then.
Fucking, I knew you were gonna say what I didn't want you to say.
And I know, but the thing is, but like realistically, I was pretty poor. I didn't have a job, and I didn't have much money to go and buy albums. But
what is the first album you ever bought of all that genre?
Evanescence. Wasn't a fan. I didn't really like it at the time, but like me and my brother had to put money together to get one thing, and because he was older, it was just like, we're getting this. And I was like, okay. He liked
it. Okay.
Yeah, it was for him. It was a phase. For me, it was not. But what I used to do is we had K-Rock back then, and I had a fucking Walkman tape recorder, and I used to stand next to the fucking radio and just record the shit because I didn't want to fucking. Because like it was years before I even got a computer to even know about LimeWire and shit anyway. No. But that's what I used to do. And just record it on the radio until there was no more K-Rock. But that's how I used to listen to fucking music.
So you were rocking 80s style, 90s style in 2000s.
Yeah. That's all we really had. Like I didn't even have my first cell phone until I was like fucking 13 and I had to buy it myself. and it didn't do anything but call and hang up. Not all the shit that phones do now.
Nah.
So now music is like, if I buy a new computer, if I buy any like electronic device, the first thing I do is transfer all my music from one to the other. That's the first thing I do. And my music is more backed up than anything I have, like more than passwords. Like every memory card, every external hard drive I have has a copy of every single song that I am currently listening to. Yeah. And that's why I said, like, I still have the fucking MP3 where I went and I bought another one, and my boy put all the music that he had on it. I still have it, and it still fucking turns on, and I still see System of a Down, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. I'm like, yeah, I remember this shit. So if I go on any computer I have, you'll see all those and the progression of all the metal I started listening to afterwards. And that's
because you started getting fucking deeper and darker and shit, man.
Yeah, like a month later, my boy was like, "Yo, you're listening to crazier shit than I do," and I was like, "Yeah, man." I was real angry.
Like, what's one of your favorite bands you're listening to now?
Rivers of Nile. They give me the most inspiration musically, because I'm doing my own album right now, and I try not to. Well, I do not rely too heavily on influences from other bands, but I want you to hear everything that I'm into, to everything that I'm a part of that inspires me from how I play and what I make. So you can tell, like, oh, I see where you get that from, but it doesn't necessarily sound like that band.
Yeah.
But that's like number one in my writing style and everything that I'm doing right now, because they're really, really profound band, and they're really, really fucking talented.
Well, what got you into what after getting into rock and heavy metal? What got you into wanting to play guitar? Besides,
So, again, video games. It was the Final Fantasy X came out in 2000 for PlayStation 2. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. Go figure. It's actually on the screen right now.
I only played 7. I only played one of them.
Oh, you only played 7? Man. So the trailer for that fucking game was like one of a kind, because they had just created like this style of like FMVs, like the cutscenes like in video games.
Okay, yeah.
And the trailer for that shit has a song in it called Otherworld. I didn't even know what guitar was at the time. I just heard this fucking sound coming from the TV, and I was like, what the fuck is that? I want to do that. Whatever that is, I want to make that sound. And then like years went by without me even being interested in guitar. To like the one day, like when I got into metal and I came to school and I fucking grew my hair out, I was wearing Converse, I was wearing all black. I was like, yo, I'm gonna buy a fucking guitar and I'm gonna play this shit until I'm gonna like practice this shit until I'm learning. I was really going to my first concert when I realized, like, yeah, this is great, but I want to be up there.
Who's your first concert you went to?
Fucking Lamb of God, Starland Ballroom, Lamb of God, Killswitch Engage, Testament, Starland Ballroom in New Jersey.
Was it Killswitch with which singer? With Jesse?
Yeah, it was Jesse by then. And the Starland Ballroom had closed that year, later on after that. So I got to see them, got to see Lamb of God. And I was like, yeah, this was a great thing to go to. I want to be the guy on the stage. You don't want to
be you don't want to get hit by pits.
No, I'm not worried about that. I usually kill people in the pit. But it was that and another real heavy inspiration, Mitch Lucker from Suicide Silence. He's the vocalist that passed away, that rode the Harley Davidson 48, which is why I love that bike so much. Watching this fucking guy do what the fuck he does, and like listening to his music is what got me into fucking screaming, because he has a range that nobody could fucking compare to. And then his stage presence in the entire band, it was just like insane. They became the animal that they were when they were on that fucking stage. I was like, yeah, I would probably want to do the same fucking thing. And that's why I was just like, I want to be on the stage. Yeah. And
it's me. I played on it. It's better on that side. A lot better.
Yeah. So close.
You'll get there, man. You'll get there, bro. You're still young, man. You're still young.
I'm on the way. On the way.
Now, what was your first beast, bro? What was the first guitar you got?
Because the old Squire starter kit from Guitar Center.
Okay.
It did not last 2 months. Did not last 2 months.
Shredded that shit up.
The amp cocked out. The bridge went. It was fucked up, and I was like really fucking heartbroken because it's hard enough to learn. But I actually went into like teaching guitar later on. It's almost impossible to learn when you're learning on a fucked up instrument. Yeah. So I was really discouraged and also the shit. And I was talking to this girl at the time whose uncles who she lived with happened to be cartels. And there was usually mountains of money in the house. And she saw how upset I was. Yeah, it was. She used to send me like insane pictures of literally like mountains of money and like guns everywhere. And she lived around the corner from me. I was just like, oh, that's cool. But she saw how upset I was about the fucking guitar not working out. Blah 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 blah. So she pinched a couple $100 and went and bought me a Schecter C1 Hellraiser.
Yeah, they probably didn't notice that fucking shit gone.
Not at all. And that is the main guitar I play on now to this day. That's what I'm recording on right now. And all my guitars are Schecter.
What is it? Kind of like the Omen, that Omen Schecter Omen guitar.
Yeah. So the pickups are a little bit different, and the I think the scale length on the Omen is different from the Hellraiser. I think I have an Omen.
I had a Schecter. It was kind of like I kind of called it their ripoff of the ESP Viper. It was like kind of like that body. It was kind of like an ESP Viper shape.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I don't really like
silver.
That one.
It was, dude. The action was so fucking amazing, and I was like, wow. Yeah. I've played Gibson, I played Fender, I played every fucking guitar I've been at, and that Schecter had the nicest, lowest, smoothest action in the fucking world.
Yeah, I love Schecters. Everything like this bass is a Schecter. I have a 6-string, I have a 7-string, I have a Floyd Rose. They're all Schecters.
All neck through body or
yeah, on like a friend of mine, he has like 2 bolt-ons. He also plays on Schecters now because of me, but he also has an LTD. But yeah, Schecter has been my fucking guitar ever since.
No, Schecters is nice, bro. I mean, had 2 of them, liked them. You know, I don't have them anymore, bro. You know, but I mean, they do make a good machine. They do make a good beast, bro. You know.
Yeah.
I'd put it up there with a Les Paul.
So, people complain that it's just like heavy and everything. I just personally don't really like the shape. Like my play style.
Nah, I mean Les Paul is cool to have. Like if you're a guitar collector or you know if you just have fucking endless amounts of cash, you should always have a Strat and a Les Paul. At least in the collection. Yeah. You know.
I wouldn't consider myself a collector though. Every single guitar that I have has a purpose and a use, and I utilize every part of it.
Well, maybe not now, but you know, later on down the line, you'll find that. You might find everybody finds that one Les Paul, that one Strat that's just like, this is butter.
For me, I have an acoustic like that. That's my Taylor.
Oh, those are fucking amazing, dude. Those are
it's really nice.
Those are top of the line motherfuckers, man. It's like, whew.
Yeah,
man.
Love me a nice Taylor. I like Martins though, but I love me a good clean Taylor.
I've never touched them. I always when I go into Guitar Center and shit like that, I don't touch what I can't get because I don't want to get used to it. You know, it's like to me, it's like fucking torture.
See, I had the opportunity of when Best Buy did sell instruments and everything. I worked in the instrument department, and I was a guitar specialist, and I pride myself on saying like, yeah, I played every guitar in here because I did. It's like I'm not gonna work here and not say that I've done that.
Yeah, they don't sell shit no. I remember I used to love going in there and just buying strings and wires. This is like, you know, I'm gonna go to Best Buy, you know, just walk out with something.
It didn't work. They did that shit for like a couple of years and then phased it out at the same time, and of course fired everybody that worked in that department.
Fucking digs, man. And I guess that's the fucking corporation beast right there, man.
Absolutely.
So you got this little mamacita dipping into the cookie jar. Got you a beautiful fucking Schecter. Who taught you how to play?
Me. I taught me how to play. It was a long, grueling process. And I tell this to anybody that has picked up the guitar after me, is that you will get to the point where like, wow, this really sucks. I sound really bad and my fingers hurt. You just keep playing. And you don't actually know when you learn how to play it. You'll pick it up, you'll do something, and then you'll hear it. You're like, oh shit, I actually know what I'm doing. You know, because if you want to go and take the classes and do all this stuff, I didn't have the time or the money for that. But apparently,
you how to play, like Mary Had a Little Lamb and shit.
Yeah, like I apparently have talent. That's what I've been told. I'm a pretty fucking humble person. I'm not the greatest fucking guitarist in the world, but I'm playing long enough that I can say like, hey, I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Well, I didn't know what to expect when you told me to listen to your shit. When I listened to it, I was like, oh shit, this dude can play.
Oh, I'll take you, man. It's like, listen, I still critique the shit out of myself, but like you don't realize when that happens until you play as long as I've been playing. Just keep practicing if you want to keep practicing, and
so
I
you
can
watch
tell
like
you
a
the exact
YouTube?
process.
You watch YouTube videos or something like that, or
nah, man. So I didn't learn like, yeah, people want to learn covers and all that, and I learned like a couple of songs. Like I can play a lot of the Kill Switch songs, but I just there's a sound in my head that, because I play through expression. Everything I do is with expression. I'm an emotional person. I'm a fucking Cancer. But like there was this sound that I want to keep playing with this instrument until I can hear this thing that I'm doing in my head. So I just started by making my own music. Okay. And it wasn't wrong if I'm doing it exactly how I wanted to do it. And
there's never no right way or wrong way to learn how to play, man.
Yeah. So that's how I learn. And I literally, it's the only thing I care about. And I did that. Doesn't matter how many different jobs I had. I would come home and just play guitar until I started working in a hospital, Psyk Hospital, in 2012. And I was coming home and like doing guitar and like still meeting people and like going out to studios and stuff. But I was working so hard at that age. I was 19, that I was spending more time at work than I was at home.
Let's get into that, bro. You worked in a fucking psych ward. You worked in where fucking mass murderers, fucking Michael Myers and fucking Jasons are and shit, man.
Pretty much. And
in Manhattan. Was it Manhattan or?
Yeah, Gracie Square Hospital, people. I'm a legend in there. They know who I am. Man. But it was on First in York. I worked there. I almost worked through my entire 20s there. I worked there from when I was 19 till I think I was 25. God, and like there were days that like I would see like people in the street, and then I worked like the most pivotal hours for somebody my age too, from 3 to 12. So I was there all fucking day. And
you worked the fucking hangout hours.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like at that age, bro, that's the hangout hours, man. That's the fucking going chilling and shit.
Listen, on like a Friday, like we'd be leaving, we'd be clocking out, and there'd be so much people in the street, and we're like, where the fuck are all these people going? And I'm like, oh, they're going out. And I'm going home. I got to do a double tomorrow. Like, I wouldn't even know that it was Friday. And like, yeah, people actually go out. I just work. And it's not because I'm like, I am a little bit obsessed with work, but I was dealt a really bad hand, and I have had to work this hard. Like I fucking got put out when I was still a fucking teenager, and I've been on the grind ever since. If my parents would have given me a fucking break, maybe I wouldn't have to work as hard, but I still kind of do. So that's why I push myself. Nah, it's not why I push myself anymore, but I push myself because I don't really know another way to do it.
No, well, if it's fucking working for you, bro, don't stop.
Yeah, I've got this fucking far.
Yeah.
My parents also told me playing guitar ain't gonna get me nowhere.
You working in this fucking, let's call it the loony bin, the Michael Myers ward. You see any crazy shit?
Every single day.
Every single day you see some crazy, like some demon, like motherfuckers possessed by the devil kind of shit.
Okay, so here's a good story. And I would love whenever me and my friends that I used to know from over there, whenever we would go out, people would ask us like, oh, tell us a crazy story. And we'll just look at each other and just be like, okay, because we'll just tell them a night, because we had basically the same set schedule, so we all know the story. This chick came in on a stretcher. She was restrained to the stretcher.
Yeah.
She had toothpaste on all her fingertips, across her lips, and she had a cross drawn on her forehead, and she came in like this.
Toothpaste?
And we were like, gosh, yeah.
What the fuck?
And we were like, when she came in with a big smile on her face, and we are like, oh shit, this is gonna be some shit. I actually just got a text the other day saying that she unfortunately passed away, but it was a long time coming. She initially went to the hospital because she like walked in and said, I'm here to see Dr. Oz, and then they put her in the psych ward. But one of the things that she used to love to do is play dead. But she had an unusual amount of menstrual blood. So she would like sprawl blood all over the women's bathroom and like write some Bible quote in the blood and then just fall out on the floor. And like she would just be like that until somebody walked in. And one time this patient came in and was like, this bitch killed herself. And we ran in there and we're just like, get off the floor. She's like, okay. Yeah, so that's one.
What the fuck? Was she possessed by the devil or something? Or
nah, she's just nuts.
Holy shit, man! Like,
and that's just like one story. We have this other patient who used to cover himself in shit whenever he had to get like medicated, so we would have to like touch him. But he would also like rip out chunks of his flesh and throw it at you.
And what? Like, does he know that if the shit goes inside that fucking flesh, you can get some kind of fucking disease or some shit, right, and die?
Not that they don't know that, but these are sick people.
Holy shit! So instead of throwing shit at you, he's throwing his flesh at you.
Yeah, like not skin. I mean, like ripping out chunks of flesh and throwing it.
See, now, I'd like to sit down and talk to that guy and be like, so you shit all over yourself, right? You could just take shit and throw it at these people. No, you decided to throw chunks of flesh.
Yeah.
You can't make this up, man.
No, you can't. You can't. Like we used to say, never a dull moment. Like the stories literally go on for days, and one story is usually worse than the last one. And this was like every day for 5 years.
Holy shit balls, man.
Yeah, that's where the term full moon comes from.
What made you put your foot in the ground and say, I'm out of this fucking joint?
So actually we lost our license to admit patients in 2014.
What'd they do?
I was in the process of buying a condo. I was doing doubles and then all of a sudden,
damn.
Yeah, and like people, like we went from having like 4 floors, 106 patients to 5 patients.
Wait, nobody was coming in?
No, we lost our license. We could not admit patients.
So how'd they lose their license?
I can't say.
Some bad shit. We'll just say that.
Some bad shit. Some bad shit. But you'd be surprised, like the shit that goes down, not even just in a mental hospital, but in a hospital. Like just because, listen, man, I know we just got through some crazy world life-changing shit where everybody's praising nurses and shit, but I work with a bunch of fucking nurses and a lot of them are pieces of shit. So I don't want to fucking hear it. But you'd be surprised the shit that goes down.
Were they like this? Hold on. Every night. This is you.
Let's rock.
Every night you walked in the joint, that happened, right? You just walked in and your heart's beating you.
Let's rock. Literally.
Fuck, man.
And then the floor that I worked on was particularly like the worst because I worked on a dual focus unit. So that's mental illness and substance abuse. Like you had to be the best of the best to work on my floor. Or like the patients will eat you alive. Or you can like literally like get killed or get hurt. Like it's looking over your shoulder all night.
Holy shit. Yeah, man. You can't even just fucking in my mind, I'm thinking like the worst. Like you're sitting at the fucking computer front desk and somebody comes from behind you with a pair of scissors. Like.
Yeah, so I've actually seen something like that happen. This patient that was in his he was in his room for 3 days. We had this tall Russian doctor. His name was Dr. Kleitzman. Emphasis on the Russian part. That's the beginning of the story. Tall Russian doctor. Okay. This patient had not left his room for 3 days. We just check on him, make sure he's breathing, everything, put his breakfast in there. And then like it was a change of shift. So it was like 3:30. I just walked onto the unit and like the doctor was like at the nurse's station and this patient like bust out his room with a sword that he made in his room over the last 3 days. He ripped the drawer out, took the rail off the drawer and banged the corners until it was like this and like fashioned it to his hand and just bust the door open and just came out like, ah, and ran at the doctor, and everybody's panicked. Emphasis on the Russian. He just like stepped to the side, hit him with the clipboard, and wrapped his stethoscope around his arm and threw him on the floor and said, "What's the matter with this patient?"
Fuck.
And I was just like, yeah, emphasis on the Russian. He said, what's the matter with him? Like, didn't even break a sweat. What's his problem? Oh, and he's the medical doctor, so he doesn't really do like the medications. I was like, call a psych doctor for him.
When he had it wrapped around his neck, he goes, "If he dies, he dies." Some Drago shit, bro, from Rocky IV.
Yeah. But like in 2014, we lost our license to admit patients, and it got down to the point where we were counting how much money we had left in the bank to pay everybody. And I remember the nursing director at the time, because we had an external like nursing party that would come and watch like geriatric patients. Yeah. So they're like outside hired nurses. I remember the nursing director had called the unit and said, yeah, she had called the unit and said like, "Oh, you should tell, is this person working today?" I'm like, "Yeah, you should tell them that today is their last day." I was like, "Okay, like who else?" She's like, "All of them." I was like, "Nah, you're gonna come up here and do that yourself," because like they fired all of them the same day because we didn't really have any money left. And we were counting how much dollar bills we could pay everybody until all of administration got replaced and we opened back up and things went back to normal. But we didn't even have computers at the time. So me and the other receptionist kept the hospital from falling apart on paper. We kept every single record of every single patient until like they just called us down to medical records, because it wasn't like we had much to do during the shift, because my floor got closed. So I went down to her floor and we lost patients. So it wasn't much to do. If there's 5 patients in the hospital, you got to do rounds every 10 minutes. If all of them are standing right there.
Sienna wants to know, were there people with physical handicaps that went to that mental hospital?
I lost you. Headphones died.
Nope, don't worry. We'll keep on waiting. We're waiting.
Just having a great time right now.
There we go. There we go.
You hear me again?
I can hear you.
Nothing.
I can hear you. I can hear you, man. You can't hear me?
Technical difficulties.
Don't worry about it, folks, man. Don't worry about it, folks.
All right. I'll just do it off the air. You can't hear your echo or anything, can you?
No, I got echo cancellation on, brother.
Cool. Then we're all good.
All right. There you go. Now you loosey-goosey, bro. You can relax, man.
Yeah, I would have set it up to my monitors, but I feel like you would have got some feedback.
Well, we got Sienna, bro. She wants to know, were there any people with physical handicaps that went to that mental hospital?
Absolutely. But we couldn't admit patients that, depending on how physically handicapped they were. But there are certain hospitals that we cannot reject an admission from, and sometimes they would just drop them. That, like, it was the worst of the worst place. So if we accept a patient that we can't turn away and they have all these problems that we can't, cater to them for, it kind of sucks until we get them out.
So you and the other person were like the kind of the last of the Mohicans there.
Yeah. Like when they called us down to medical records and just had us sort out literally thousands of papers. I just found like this paper the other day where we were just writing down patients' names. Like the name, the doctor, the medical record, the birthday, the social security, the name, the doctor, for thousands of patients. And then, of course, when administration got replaced and things started looking up, they started hiring new nurses. We did not get the respect that we deserved after all of that.
No.
And it's like that I had to tolerate that a lot, because my title was receptionist, but I did a lot of shit.
Sienna wants to know if you had any blind people in the hospital.
We had a legally blind patient on the geriatric floor. What she used to like to do, she was like a much older woman, but she had gigantic breasts, and she would just come and press them against the fucking glass. And she's like blind, so she was like, "I know you're over there." and just
So her boobs were her eyes or something, bro?
Yeah, it was so weird. It was so weird because you would feel like she's looking at you in your soul, but she can't really see you. If you move, she can kind of see you a little bit.
Nah.
But we typically didn't have people with those type of impairments. Like we weren't equipped to handle those type of things.
You were more or less like for fucking crazy people and shit, man.
Yeah.
Like people walking around in the streets and they just pick them up because they're walking with their fucking pants down going.
No, it's a lot worse than that.
Okay,
a lot worse.
That's my mind doesn't go that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody who looks like they're from down the block at Lucky 13. Any of those kind of people?
Yeah, all the time, and that's why I am kind of the best equipped to dealing with those people because
was Batman at your place? I mean, you know who I'm talking about? The guy walking around with the Louisville Slugger and the fucking coffee.
Nah, it's funny. They actually used to call me Batman when I was working over there.
Oh, man.
But no, people like that. I actually see patients from time to time. I just saw a patient the other day that I recognized that not too far from my house. I'm just like, ugh.
It's fucking cut corners and shit so they don't follow you and stuff, man.
And well, in all the years that I worked there, I had a patient raise their hand to me one time, and he was very, very sick. And even in his sickness, he apologized the next day. But there's not a lot of nurses that can say the same. There was this very, very, very kind nurse. Like he was like the nicest guy in the world. He was like African, very soft spoken. But whenever there was a code called, like, so there's a code, I won't say the original code, but they changed the code to green light. That just means they need assistance and everything like that. Whenever there was a code, he would completely lose his shit on the patient. Like completely lose his shit. And the reason for that is because, like I said, he's the nicest guy in the world. Yeah. And he's like an older nurse, and he had clocked out one night, and the patient had gotten discharged during the day. He lived in Long Island. The patient followed him down the block, followed him on the train, followed him to Long Island, and beat him half to death in front of his house.
You know that's from fucking Exorcist 3, bro. That's some scary shit, man. Yeah, when the fucking chick followed the guy home.
Yeah, followed him and beat him half to death in front of his house. So whenever there was a code, he would really like look like he wants to hurt the patient, and he couldn't help it, but he unfortunately lost his job because of that. We call that Hulk smash.
Yeah, this is what the guy said when he turned around.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Scribble said Dave Mustaine was locked up in a loony bin for a couple years.
And so the thing about Gracie Square back in the day is that because a lot of people didn't know about it, a lot of celebrities went there. So wouldn't be surprised.
He said it was in New York too.
It might have been there. There was like no name on the place. They used to have like eating disorder section back in the day. I forget. There was definitely a couple of famous people there. The heir to Seagram's was a patient there for 14 years.
Seagram's what? Seagram's 7 or Seagram's fucking soda?
No, the entire company, Seagram's.
Wait,
the son of the Seagrams.
The alcohol company?
There's the same company.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know it's 2 different companies.
Yeah, apparently he was a patient there for 14 years because they were
drinking
too
much.
Nah, he was crazy as shit. But they were paying cash. He could come and go as he pleased, and the doctor that was assigned to him put both of his kids through college off that but one patient alone, and he was always driving a brand new BMW.
Lucky motherfucker, man. He probably looked at that kid and was like this.
I am your father.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's talk about how'd you get hooked up with the fucking greatest job in the fucking galaxy?
Oh, man. Oh, where does that start? That starts, I guess, when I fucking found Lucky 13 as a joke.
Now, did you find the new one, the first one, or the one we're at?
The old one on 13th Street. So I got tired of going places that I didn't want to be around, people I didn't want to be around, listening to music that I didn't want to hear.
No.
And I had we were actually, me and my boy Rudy, we were at Ocean's 8, the Brownstone Billiards. And it was just got weird in there, and we just left. I was like, man, I want to fucking go somewhere else, because we would just leave the bar and then go listen to music in my car.
Yeah.
And I said, yo, let's Google metal bars in Brooklyn. I
Like,
bet
what
we
made
won't
you
find.
think that? What made you think that?
It was
bro,
a
of all
joke.
things?
I said we're not gonna find anything metal bars in Brooklyn. It was a joke.
Like, did you know of Duff's
Nah,
before that? No.
nah, never heard of it.
Oh shit.
So Google this. What's Lucky 13 Saloon? We're like, what the fuck is this? Where is this at? 13th Street?
How far from you though?
It was kind of far at the time. It was kind of far. I was like, what's that? 20 minutes? Let's go. Let's see what the fuck this is about. We opened the door, and I was just like, oh man,
You heard angels. Oh.
And they had a really cool fucking bartender at the time. Like, she was playing music that I wanted. I think I walked in and Killswitch was playing. I was like, really? Like, y'all playing metal in here? And that she was like, yo, they got absinthe. I was like, what the fuck is this fucking place?
If I didn't have to drive home, bro, I would so have a glass of that shit, dude.
No. Yeah. And started just coming back. Like, that was the spot. That was the spot. I have a picture from my 21st birthday at the old Lucky's, where Melody served me my fucking drink on my 21st birthday. She doesn't remember, but I
Scribble wants to know who's your favorite band.
It depends, man. There's a lot of different bands that I love for a lot of different reasons. I like really, really fucking heavy shit.
Top three.
Also,
top three right now. Top
so
three.
Definitely starting with Rivers of Nile. I'll say Whitechapel. I mean, and Killswitch. Hell yeah.
My homie Ryan D interviewed the drummer.
Oh man, didn't he just quit the other day?
I'm not sure. I don't really follow them.
But like, yeah, I don't necessarily like say, oh, everything I listen to is like really, really hard. I listen to a lot of shit that might not be that hard. I listen to like Animals as Leaders. I listen to Covet. I think that's the name of the band. Well,
Scribble's a rapper who loves metal.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You should listen to Whitechapel.
Oh, dude, this guy's all over the joint, bro. His uncle was the drum tech for Korn.
Oh shit, no way.
Nah. Yeah, I'm throwing that out, Scribble. I'm always throwing that out.
That's cool, man. That's cool. But like, definitely, like, there's bands that influence me spiritually, that influence me musically, or some bands I just listen to certain instruments. There are songs that I've listened to that I haven't listened to a single lyric, but I listen to every single instrument that's playing, and then I'll go back and then I'll hear the words, and then I'll look up the lyrics if I need to or anything like that. But I listen.
You sound like you're talking about Rammstein.
Nah, I like Rammstein too. But like Behemoth, I really love Behemoth, but that is like a spiritual influence to me. I feel like I channel something when I listen to Behemoth. Versus like if I listen to Whitechapel, I'm gonna pick up the guitar. I was like, man, I gotta fucking make some chunky shit.
Scribble said Limp Bizkit influences him spiritually. They are one.
See, it reminds me of Josh. Josh would have said some shit like that. Yeah, Josh would have been like, I really like this band called Nickelback. They're really hard. That's what
he's not joking. No, we love.
No, I believe him.
I had to throw out I love Limp Bizkit too, bro. I can't denounce the Bizkit, bro. It's one of my top 10. Top 10 out there. So you came walking in, you hear some fucking Killswitch Engage. You're looking at some fucking chick behind the bar, like, this chick's awesome, music's awesome, place is awesome, place is haunted.
Hell yeah.
But I don't know if you fucking seen the ghost. Did you ever see the ghost?
Not at the old place, but I've had a lot of experiences at the new one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm really kind of getting nervous to go to the bathroom by myself in that fucking place now.
But even at the old place, I had never met Jeff.
No,
I had never met him.
He's the daytime dude, right? He's always a daytime dude, though.
Yeah, and I worked like all night, and this is the one place that I can get off work at 12 o'clock. Like, yo, let's go to Lucky's at 1 o'clock in the morning. And that's like, that became a fucking thing. I'm like, yo, I'm going. I would still have on like my work pants and shit. But I definitely met Melody there, and I told her that she actually taught me proper bar etiquette because I went there with Rudy one day years ago, and she apologized for this shit when I was interviewing for the fucking job. But I was just like, yeah, we were here one night, and I had ordered a drink, and I gave her a little tip or whatever, and then Rudy had ordered a drink, and he usually tips at the end, and he's like trying to get her attention. He's like, hey, I'm trying to order a drink, And you just keep walking past me, and she cut off the music, and she said, "Well, you don't tip, so you gotta fucking wait."
Damn, bro, she scares
And
me,
like,
bro. Damn.
but after that, I said, "Yo, always tip on the first drink." So it sets the tone, and that's something that we learned that we do now. And I told her like you said that, and she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I was like, "Nah, it's all right. I learned something." But
Scribble's like hashtag proper bar etiquette. That's a bar.
yeah, that. So,
I mean, but we got to describe her. She's like 5'2", people. 5'2", probably 105, 110 pounds.
yeah, Google Melody Henry. But if you look at the picture and say, "Wow, she looks like a badass," she is exactly who she looks like. She is a badass.
I mean, she's Puerto Rican, bro, from New York, man.
Yeah,
don't fuck
she's
with her,
the
bro.
badass that everybody wants to be effortlessly.
Haven't met her yet. See, you never met Jeff. I never met Melody, bro.
Oh man, did I tell you? Me and Josh went to one of her workout classes.
Wait, that fucking spin shit she does, or whatever, the crunch.
Oh nah, it was like some real heavy duty drill shit. But she has like the microphone and everything, and she's just saying something.
Nah.
She's talking. She's like fuck. Sorry, I say fuck a lot, and I'm just like, this is a family business. She's like, yeah, I say fuck a lot. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm from Coney Island. This is like not even at the bar. This is her other job.
Oh man, so she just doesn't fucking change. That's it. What you see is what you get. If you don't like it, get the fuck out.
Yeah. Wow. She's the real deal. I love her to death.
She's Puerto Rican. She's fucking Puerto Rican.
So I had never met Jeff. I had met Melody there, and I had just been coming for like years. And I guess there was a point where I stopped coming for a little while. But when shit hit the fan and everything fucked up and everything closed, I had been coming back to Lucky 13 on Tuesdays to see Vanessa, one of the bartenders there. We used to just hang out there all day. I used to spend her shift there. And I had this really fucked up job at the time. And I would come in and see this guy, Steve, who I'm still good friends with. And this other guy, Russ, who is the fucking chair for the TWU union. But I was just like, come there, just talk shit about this fucking job, have a bunch of drinks, and then go home. And it was actually Russ that influenced me to get my fucking security license, because he would hear me talk about this fucking job all the time. He's like, man, you really want to get another job? I was like, I think so, man. I invested so much into this shit, but I hate this. And he gave me these papers for this MTA test. He said, I can't guarantee that I'll get you the job or anything like that, but why don't you go take the test, and then see what happens. You got to get your security license to do this position. So I was thinking about it, I had the papers. I had talked to like my girlfriend at the time about it, or like ex-girlfriend. I don't remember. And I was like, all right, let me put this shit in the process. So I signed up to take the class and everything like that. And turns out I had gotten fired from this fucking job without them even telling me. Because I was like signing in like, what do you call it? Fucking like from my computer at home. I was like, oh man, like my password's not working. So I text my manager at the time, because everybody was a fucking manager. I was like, yeah, I can't log in. I don't know what's going on. She's like, oh, you don't work here anymore.
Wait, they fired you without even fucking knowing it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Scumbags.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I got upset for probably 5 minutes, because I text like the higher up guy. I'm like, yo, dude, this is what Lola just told me. Like, give me a call. Like, oh, he texted me back. I'm in a meeting right now. I'll give you a call in a little bit. We'll work this out. Never called me back to this day. Never called me back. Like I said, I was mad for 5 minutes. I said, fuck it. I'm ready. I went and I took the security class. I got my license. I did all this other stuff. I signed up for this test. And then Friday, I went out to Lucky 13. Melody was there. I was having a good time, had a drink. And then the world closed on Monday.
Yeah, I came back from California that day.
Yeah. And it was in that time frame. So like, shit had already hit the fan for me. So people was like, oh, everything's closed. I'm like, I just lost my job. So it's not a big deal. Nah. But throughout the fucking pandemic, I managed to get a fucking security job because I had my fucking license, because this guy told me it would be a good idea. And I ran into him the other day and I was like, yo, you changed my fucking life. I work here because of you. Because I wasn't really thinking about security or anything like that, because I didn't want to keep doing jobs that was taking me further away from music.
No.
But I got my fucking security license. I got a shitty fucking security job through the worst time to be doing security. and then work my way up to fucking administration in that fucking job, and then left that fucking job.
How'd you get into Lucky 13, bro?
So,
because not that many people can get through this fucking. It's like Fort Knox in there, bro. I mean, I don't even know how I snuck in to help Jeff with the show. You know, it's like Fort Knox up in this joint.
Yeah, so I would just still be coming back like regularly. Like, yeah, when shit shut down, I was one of the first people there when they opened up to sell drinks on the street. Anytime they opened for something, I was there. Then I saw this guy with a bandana on his face and a red rum vest. I'm like, that got to be Jeff. That got to be Jeff. I never met this guy, but I think that's him. And I just walked up to him.
You never Googled or anything like that, or like.
Nah, I never knew. And like when I finally met Jeff, I know I've seen him like walk by a couple of times, but I didn't know that that's Jeff. That's the other owner. But I seen him, and because by then I knew who Jeff was. I was like, yo, you're Jeff, right? Like, hey man, I told him my name. I said, yo, I love this fucking place. I've been coming here a long fucking time. I love that y'all made this place. I hope that y'all beat whatever the fuck is going on, so this place is still here. Listen, if you need somebody to fucking stand at the door when shit get back to normal, if you need somebody to wash the fucking toilets, I want to be a part of whatever the fuck this place is if you need it. I didn't have any intention of working here. I was just extending that, showing my gratitude for them creating a place that I fucking love to come to. And I was just saying, Then, like, at the time, my boy Rob was working here. I would just come see him when he was working. And, like, they were having a hard time with having to open at a certain time, having to close at a certain time, and also dealing with the assholes that are coming in and out of this place. So I would come on every single day that I had off, stay there until close, and, like, to wipe down the table, we'll close up this chair, like, get some guy out of here. And I would just start doing that for every day off, and then, like, every day, and then, like, every weekend. Until one day I got a text from Melody saying, do you want to work on Saturday?
So you were doing pro bono shit.
Oh yeah, I actually used to say that a little bit too much when I first started, but yes, I did work there for several months without getting paid because that's what I wanted to do. I was volunteering my time because I know I could provide what they needed without the cost of what they needed it for. So that's what I fucking did.
It's like joining the mafia, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
And I remember I was at home. I went there because Chris was doing security over there, and I'm doing security. I'm like, oh, I want to see about being at the door. I didn't expect to be working in the bar or anything. And Chris was like, he was working like 4 days. He doesn't really want to work 4 days. He wants to take somebody under his wing, somebody he can trust to pick up some of these days. So I was coming on the nights that Chris was there too, to talk to Chris, let him know who I am, what I'm about. And at the time I was managing a security company, so I had the fucking credentials. And then I was like doing something at home, like a day off, busy in the house doing shit. And I got a text from Rob said like, oh, so they're like interviewing for people at the bar right now. And I just texted him back, I'm on the way. Got there in 5 minutes and they were sitting outside. I was just like, hey, came and sat down, talked to Melody. This is when we found out that Melody was once in the hospital that I worked at. Good times, good story.
She was in the fucking, the crazy fucking joint.
In a huge time frame between when I was there and when she was there. But she was like, oh yeah, no, that fucking place, I was in there.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
Yeah. Man, it's a funnier thing is that, I got a lot of fucking mental health in my family or whatever, and that shit passed over me. But my mother was also a patient in a hospital that I worked at.
Oh,
shit. And like while she was there, she had gotten into a fight, and I said it would be hilarious if like Melody beat up my mom. That shit would be so fucking funny.
Don't tell me that happened, bro.
Well, she got into a fight when she was there. I don't know who she got into a fight with, but I would laugh until the day I die, because if you can imagine, I'm not all that friendly with my parents.
No.
And I just that would be hilarious if that actually happened.
It's just kind of weird. You guys were like fucking circling each other like in life and don't even fucking realize it.
Yeah, it's a small fucking world, but I do believe everything happens for a fucking reason. And then like, I just talked to her about, I said, no, I have no experience working in a bar. I've never been in a bar, but I'm probably the best person you could fucking hire here, because I'll learn how to do everything in here and I'll do it to perfection, because that is just how I am.
And you're very sociable too.
Yeah.
No, don't fucking motherfucker. You're fucking sociable, dude, over here. Like, yeah.
A gift of communication, I'll say I have.
Okay, that's the nice fucking way of saying it. A gift of communication. There we go. Sienna said, I have a physical disability and a few mental health issues, but hey, I'm still here and I'm trying to make the best of life. That's all I tell you, bro.
Hey, I feel like we all got a few mental health issues, but try is not a part of my vocabulary. You're doing the best you can. I believe it.
You're like Yoda. I'm telling you, bro. There is no try. There's only do.
Yeah.
We've been at this for like an hour. I don't like to go over the hour mark. And plus, I got to work tomorrow. I'm like a fucking bitch. I gotta wake up early. But yeah, we've been at the hour mark, man.
This was fun, man.
Well, I mean, we can have you on again because we only touched. We're only at the Lucky 13 part. We didn't touch your music or anything else. So there's still a few more levels to go.
Yeah, I'm down, man. Let me know. This was fun.
Nah, well, what do you want? You got anything? Plug your stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm looking. I should have put my new Instagram name, which is a cowboy from hell _13. That's where you can find me. I'm at work all the time. If I'm not there, actually me, I will show up. It's what I do.
Remember, he works at Lucky 13 Saloon. That's at what is that? 644
Sackett Street. Mm-hmm. We got dancers every night. I'm playing music when I am working Mondays and Tuesdays. On other days, I don't like to step on other people's toes. But if you come in and you ask for good music, I might play it for you. If it sucks, I'll say no. But and
bring some extra money because you guys, they got jackets, T-shirts, shorts.
Listen, I'm gonna make sure we get socks after what happened to me on Friday. I was like, listen, we need some Lucky 13 socks because
there you go.
This sucks. That's happened to me twice now.
Socks with the fucking pentagram on it.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god, man, that would be fucking awesome, bro.
All right, I'll see you on the 6th. No, not the 6th, the 1st.
The 6th.
I'm thinking 6 as in June.
Yeah, man. Next Wednesday, bro. We'll be bringing back. We'll be coming back with our Lucky 13 Saloon podcast, and there'll be a lot of things to talk about. A lot of things to talk about that happen. You know,
I might not wear the hat next time. I think I might get my hair done again.
All right, we got to hear how Jeff and Paul hung out. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure. You saw the pictures?
Oh yeah, man. I was jelly, bro. I was like, man, he's next to Paul Stanley, man. Like, fuck, I'm a big Kiss fan, dude. So I'm like, fuck, man. Like, that's awesome.
I've only ever had like a Kiss T-shirt or something.
Nah, I grew up. It was passed down to me from my older brother. You know, I just kept it rolling, bro. I love it. I love Kiss. Even though they could be fucking pricks, I'd still love them. But thank you for being on the show, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
This is fucking awesome. Remember, go out and like and subscribe. Going to www.tonethreads.com/Famcast Media or www.tonethreads.com/From the Dungeon Podcast. Pick up your T-shirts, man. Make sure you like and subscribe, whatever we feel in radio. Like and subscribe, Lucky 13 Saloon Podcast, and we will check you out next fucking week.
Fuck yeah.
All right, man. Peace out, motherfuckers. Enjoy your fucking weekend or whatever the fuck it is.
It's only Wednesday.
I know, man. To me, it's Thursday, man. It's Thursday. All right, man. Peace out, guys.
All right, D.
You.